Cool. Josh Pitar here for From the Stands, joined alongside Cherneka Johnson, who is back in action next Saturday in Sydney for a matchroom card, which is building up to be one of the biggest in Australian history. Cherneka, thank you so much for the time. I really do appreciate it. First of all, for those that are maybe watching this that aren't in Australia, I guess I wanted to know, we've been through a pretty big cyclone the last week. I've only just got power back this morning, so I guess want to know, how has life been for you through the cyclone?
Tough time when these sort of things happen, but you got to do what you got to do to get the job done. We made do with some garage sessions and lost a little bit of power. Gone for a little bit, but we got the work done.
Nice. Well, good to hear. Now, first time back for you since May of last year on the top ranked card in Perth. I guess, how has the last year been for you and building and those sort of things towards this big fight night in Sydney?
To be honest, it's been a little bit frustrating thinking we were going to fight end of last year. I would have loved to have fought twice last year. But things happen out of my control, out of my team's control. We're just wrapped to be getting back in the ring come March. We've had a lot of time to improve on a lot of things, work on adding new tools to our toolbox, and I'm excited to showcase those.
Is that activity something you want to look to sort of, get back this year and look to fight 2 or 3 times this year?
100%. I'm a fighter. I'm in the gym every day. I'm always fit. I'm always training. 2 to 3 fights a year would be great. To fight once a year when that's your job is pretty difficult.
Yeah, understandable. I saw a stat online the other day, and you can't believe everything here, but I believe this is a real stat, that you're the first Maori boxer to compete in 5 world title fights in a row. Did you know that? And if so, what are your thoughts on that?
I did not know that, but I'm going to take that. I'm going to own it. I didn't know that.
Well, there was Joseph Parker and everyone else on the list, but they've fought for world titles, but not consecutively. So you're the first Maori boxer, I think, in history to fight in 5 world title fights.
Let's go. And win another one.
There you go.
Keep it.
Now, this is being billed as the biggest card, one of the biggest cards in Australian history. I think with yourself and Sky and George all on the card, and I think it really is a credit to Matchroom and what they're sort of doing and trying to bring the standard of boxing up here in Australia. I guess, how proud are you to be on a card that features so many other high-level talent and featuring yourself in a world title fight?
I feel honoured to be on this card. Matchroom, DeBella, all working together to put on this card. To be on the same card as a close friend of mine, Sky Nicholson. We grew up in the amateurs together, travelling the world, competing at world championships. Now we're both on the same card, defending world titles. George has done great things for Australian boxing, so it's going to be a great night.
I saw Nina did an interview with IFL TV saying that she hopes this time around the judges are fair, and she's a little bit worried about how things are going to pan out this time. I guess I just wanted to know your response to her. Obviously, the last fight was a bit of a weird ending with the judging, or with the scorecards, how it was read and all that sort of stuff, but I guess I just wanted to know your response to her. The announcer made a mistake. The scorecards weren't changed. The announcer made a mistake. These things happen, which obviously caused the controversy behind it all. In terms of, the judges, we had a Mexican judge, a Japanese judge, and an Australian judge. I feel like that's pretty neutral. I'm from New Zealand. That's probably the least of my concerns. I'm more so worrying about my game plan, doing what I need to do on the night, and whichever judges are there, they're there. Do you think it had anything to do with it, the fact that you were her first ever pro loss in her career, and the way it ended and everything maybe rubbed her the wrong way? Do you think that had anything to do with it?
It could do. I feel like when you do get a loss and it being controversy like that, or them announcing that you won and then you lost, you're obviously going to have a chip on your shoulder. Coming into Australia, fighting one of the Australian girls, you're going to have, I know she's going to be coming back with the intent of wanting to bring her best performance.
Also, with Matchroom bringing this card down and in collaboration with DeBella and Tasman, all those sort of promotions working together. It's really good for the sport. They're bringing a big card here. Would you like to see them bring a big card to New Zealand? Because I feel like, you know, you got Terra Moana out there as well. Like, I feel like they could really put on a big fight night card in New Zealand now. There's a lot of stars that could feature on a good card in New Zealand. Is that something that you'd want to try and hope for? I know it's out of your control, but something that you could push for being a champion as well.
If it was to happen, you know, I would love that. And I feel like, you know, a lot of the New Zealanders really get behind their fighters, and they're proud to represent their country, proud to represent their culture. So if that was to happen, I'd be all for it. And, you know, I feel like it'll go off.
Absolutely. Last one from me. This time around against Nina, what are you looking to do differently and more decisive victory, I suppose, or is it something you think you can look at the finish in any way in this fight, or what sort of avenue do you think you can get this fight done?
Look, we're not going to give away too much. We've kept a lot of what we've done under the wraps, but come fight night, I think what we're working on is going to show, it's going to work, and it's going to be a convincing victory.
Awesome. Well, March 22nd in Sydney. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. And check out, it is on DAZN, so subscribe to DAZN and get it all through that platform. Cheers.